Lesson 1. Project Bluebook Special Report 14. According to a study of UFO reports conducted in 1955 by the Batelle Memorial Institute, 21% of reports described objects whose appearance and maneuvers could not be fitted to the pattern of any known object or phenomenon. Nuclear physicist Stanton Friedman cites this study as evidence suggesting the reality of UFOs.
The biggest study ever done on flying saucers, which is the one that finding a privately published version of really turned me around about, Project Bluebook Special Report number 14. I've been interested for a couple of years. I stumbled across it in the University of California, Berkeley Library. Information on 3,201 sightings. Categorization of every sighting, quality evaluation of every sighting, cross comparisons between the unknowns, which are the only interesting ones, and the knowns, 240 some charts, tables, graphs. Anyway, in this biggest study ever done, if you looked at the categorization, 21% of the sightings couldn't be explained, unknowns. And furthermore, what they found was the better the quality of the report, more likely to be an unknown, and even more important, what they found was they had a separate category that they kept for insufficient information sightings. If there wasn't enough data available about a sighting, it could not, by definition, be listed as unknowns. Carl Sagan used to say, there are interesting UFO sightings that aren't reliable. There are reliable UFO sightings that aren't interesting, but there are no interesting and reliable ones, which sounds like a logical sort of thing, and said with great seriousness. The only trouble is, there's no references, no data, and it's totally false. Now, this report was never publicly distributed by the Air Force. The press release didn't mention the title of it. They didn't say who did the work, so you couldn't go back to anybody. If you look at the press release, the Secretary of the Air Force said, quote, "On the basis of this report, we believe that no objects such as those properly described as flying saucers have overflown the United States. Even the unknown 3% could have been identified as conventional phenomena or illusions if more complete observational data had been available." That seems very straightforward. The only trouble is, if you look at the darn report, 21% of the sightings couldn't be explained, not 3%. So they lied on both important counts. But how they could so blatantly lie, saying 3% when it was 21%, and saying there were just signs there wasn't enough data for, when in fact that was totally untrue.